Joining me this evening is Monujeet Mondal, TMC supporter, political analyst, Shikha Mukherjee, political commentator, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you for all three of you for joining us. I'll give three of you 2 minutes time to put your point forward. I'd like to begin with Shikha Mukherjee. And Shikha Mukherjee, the fact is, if this was a one-off, one could say that this was misconstrued and she was possibly quoted out of context, which she clarified. This is not a one-off. We've seen multiple times in the past where incidents like gang rape or rape happens, and one can hark all the way back to the Park Street rape victim, where Mamata Banerjee has used language which has been a little unsavory, to say the least.
Mamata Banerjee, there are two issues here. One is that Mamata Banerjee displays whenever there is a tight corner, politically tight corner, she tends to display a peculiar reaction, which is alarmingly similar to people who, frankly speaking, belong to a generation even older than mine, which is the same as about Mamata Banerjee's generation, which is that the victim is somehow to blame. In other words, and the problem is that if Mamata Banerjee had stopped by saying, 12:30, why did she need to go out? She should not have gone out. Whatever it is that she said, maybe that is a kind of knee-jerk protective statement from someone who is my generation. But she followed it up by saying that women need to behave in ways where they can keep themselves safe. Sorry, that is ridiculous. Women don't have to behave in any specific ways. And you're absolutely right, Preeti. If it were a young boy of maybe 20 who goes out at 12:30 at night, he's unlikely to be sexually assaulted. And he may be cautioned by everybody to play safe by not going out late. But, taking care of himself is something that people really don't advise him to do. And that is a peculiar reaction which Mamata Banerjee has repeatedly demonstrated from the Park Street case, as you said. And again now,
right.
Why is it?
Ma'am, I'll come to you. Your 2 minutes are up. We put a timer to it, and I'll circle back to you. I want to bring in Sanju Verma, and then I'll go across to Monujeet Mondal. Sanju Verma, the fact is incidents like rape, incidents like gang rape can happen in any state. It's how quickly the state government reacts to it and takes charge. In this case, the state government has reacted. There are 5 accused that have already been arrested. We can go back to the RG Kaur Institute and the gang rape that happened there and murder. In that, once you look back, it's actually the Kolkata police that did a better job and did it in the first few days of it itself. So in that context, it's not that the West Bengal police is not doing their job, the administration is not doing their job. Even in this, the minute the explanation by the cabinet minister was Sanju Verma, the minute she figured that she was being misconstrued as what is being perceived, she came and clarified that she didn't mean anything like that.
Preeti, let me make one thing very clear. Mamata Banerjee is a repeat offender. Mamata Banerjee is a habitual offender. Each time she makes insensitive statements, the entire cabal of Trinamool Congress comes out and says, Mamata Didi was misinterpreted. Mamata Didi was misconstrued. Mamata Banerjee meant something else, but the media understood something quite different. No. Mamata Banerjee is incompetent. Mamata Banerjee is insensitive. Mamata Banerjee has failed rape victims repeatedly. And what a shame. These kind of misogynistic statements coming from a woman chief minister, no less. Your audience needs to listen to this, Preeti. After the Park Street gang rape in 2012, I remember clearly, I was not in politics then, but I followed the case closely. And I remember Mamata Banerjee saying, women who go to discotheques, go clubbing, consume alcohol, have multiple partners, they invite rape upon themselves. Again in the Hansakhali gang rape, where a 14-year-old minor was raped by a TMC MLA's son. I remember Mamata Banerjee saying, "Eta rape chilo, na eta love affair chilo, na meta pregnant chilo." How do we know whether this was indeed a rape or whether the girl was having an affair? It was a love affair gone wrong, or maybe she was pregnant, so she chose to make reckless allegations. These are the kind of insensitive statements coming from Mamata Banerjee, and now she has the audacity to say, why did the girl venture out after 12 a.m.? Why did the girl go out in a forested area? Why did the girl not protect herself? She had said similar stuff during the RG Kar rape and also during the South Law College, Kolkata gang rape. So Mamata Banerjee, resign if you can't.
All right, ma'am, your time is up. I'll come back to you. Monujeet Mondal, you've been shaking your head every time we had Ms. Mukherjee speak or Sanju Verma speak. But the fact is for what it stands, sir. One might argue about competence because actually the West Bengal police has been very competent in dealing with the crimes. What one needs to question constantly is the misogyny of it and the statements that have been made. Because it's not the first time, like I said, one can go all the way back to Park Street. The Chief Minister, strangely, has, made it, in the kind of commentary regarding these incidents, one would think steeped in misogyny.
I think the Park Street comments have also been distorted. If you could show me any single bite of the Chief Minister during that point of time, I was also closely following the Park Street rep case. She did not say what you are saying right now, or Ms. Verma has said right now. We all know Ms. Verma is a repeat offender when it comes to, play all the repeat records. So I do not need to dignify her comments. I think what Mamata was trying to say, she was trying to fix accountability on the part of the college. I mean, I'm asking this question to you and to all others. Had it been a government-run institution, would you not ask the question to this institution that what have you been doing? What protection you are giving to your girl child or even the boys? In a hostel, she is a hostelite, for God's sake. Both the boy and the girl, they were hostelites. There would be some sense of discipline in the hostel that after a certain point of time, you are not supposed to go. Or even if you go out, you need to inform the authorities. That doesn't mean that if you go out, you should be getting raped. That's not the question. I think Mamata herself has made it amply clear in the same statement, mind you, in Bengali. I'm not going by the English, praise that she had in Dam airport. I will go by the Bengali, praise that she had said. She has categorically stated she was meaning the hostelites, including the girls, especially the girls. We also studied in a hostel. We also stayed in a hostel and we had some discipline. It's still there. I'm sitting in the campus right now. And after 9 p.m., the girls are not supposed to go out. So what's wrong? And that doesn't mean that, like my good friend Shikha was saying, she did not talk about the women per se. She didn't talk about the women at large. She was talking about girls who are in the BS, studying in UG1 or 21, 22 years of age. Because since they are staying in the hostel authorities, the college authorities must have some responsibility in overlooking, overseeing what they are doing and where they are going.
Your time is good. Yeah, your time is up. But the fact is, I think you wouldn't doubt Shikha Mukherjee's Bengali. You can doubt my Bengali, you can possibly doubt Sanju Verma's Bengali. But I would think, sir, one second, hear me out. Shikha Mukherjee, she herself detailed what the Chief Minister said. She herself also detailed what was deeply problematic in not just this statement. There have been multiple statements, and let's put out all the graphics there. Because it's not once. If it was once, you can question that maybe she didn't, she was misconstrued. She didn't mean to say it. Even in this, she follows it up where she puts the onus on the survivor now and not on what happened. Similar kind of statements would have not been made if this was a boy in question. I give all three of you 2 minutes each. I want to bring in Shikha Mukherjee first. Ma'am, 2 minutes. Because, with all the regional pride that Mamata Banerjee portrays, with the whole package of Mamata Banerjee, practically flies in the face of comments like this.
It does tend to fly in the face of comments like this. But, I'll correct Monujeet Mondal on one issue. Even the Park Street rape case, what Mamata Banerjee said was that it was a staged incident, Shajano Ghotona, and that is on record. So yes, she tends to display a peculiarly patriarchal, orthodox view of how women need to conduct themselves when they are out in the, either as students or they're out in the evenings or wherever they are. But let me also say that this is a kind of patriarchal orthodoxy, which is the standard reaction across all of India. It's not
True.
It's not that Mamata Banerjee is the only wrongdoer. But having said that, to get back to the point that you raised, why Mamata Banerjee's knee-jerk reaction, I remember saying this before, her knee-jerk reaction suggests that she is steeped in this patriarchy. She has been socialized within this patriarchy and tends to react in a very defensive way about an incident like this, which involves crimes against women. Now, problem is that everyone's expectation from the new generation of leaders in India is that they will not be steeped. They will at least try and disguise their personal views, which is that they are extremely patriarchal in their attitude towards women. The other thing is that Mamata Banerjee cannot really step back. She cannot walk back from what she has already said. She will have to figure out a better way of handling things, the political fallout of what.
Right. Ma'am, your time is up. 2 minutes. Sanju Verma, please go ahead, make your final comments.
Preeti, first and foremost, the West Bengal police is also culpable. Let's not forget that the former police commissioner of Kolkata, a man called Vineet Goyal, had to apologize to the Kolkata High Court because he revealed the identity of the Arjikar rape and murder victim at a live press conference. Can you imagine a police, and that to a senior IPS officer, being so callous, so careless, so irresponsible? Did Mamata Banerjee sack Vineet Goyal? No. Vineet Goyal today heads the Bengal Police's Special Task Force on Law and Order. So Mamata Banerjee does not reward merit. Mamata Banerjee rewards irresponsible behavior. That is my point number one. My point number two is Mamata Banerjee is not just the chief minister, but the de facto Home Minister of West Bengal, and she has failed on both fronts. My point number three is this: be it Nandigram, Jalpaiguri, Uttar Dinajpur, Bardwan, Birbhum, Cooch Behar. Why have I named these places? These are places where in 2023 and 2024, women, they could be TMC supporters or BJP supporters or completely apolitical, they were disrobed and paraded naked in full public glare. And the lady you had on your show before the debate started, Shashi Panja, who's the Women and Child Development Minister of West Bengal, this video of hers is viral on social media even today. After the Jalpaiguri incident where a woman was paraded naked, Shashi Panja shamelessly said, "Abhi kapde utar gaye, to utar gaye, hua to hua." RG ka rape, Mamata Banerjee said, "Hua to hua." Law college gang rape, 3 months back, Mamata Banerjee said, "Hua to hua." Mamata Banerjee needs to be removed, and I'm sure the West Bengal Janta will do that in 2026.
Ma'am, your time is up. 2 minutes, Mr. Mondal, make your point.
The Brij Bhushan, whose son is now MP, everyone knows what he did. The Bilkis Banu gang rape cases, who garlanded them. The Benares Hindu University rape cases, where the perpetrators were seen now with none other than the Prime Minister. Manipur, how many times we want to say this? That doesn't mean that this case is justified. The fact remains, and I want to go back to Park Street rape case. And Shikha, you remember, we're again selectively quoting Mamata Di. What happened initially? 2 innocent persons were arrested because the victim could not identify the perpetrator. So you have to go back to the context of why this kind of statement was mentioned. Though I don't clearly remember what was the statement from Mamata Banerjee, that the 2 other people, the people who were not even present in Calcutta at that point of time, they were arrested initially by the police. So that's why that particular comment came out, perhaps. But the fact remains that it is the same.
So I'm going to
Mamata
hold you
Banerjee
there.
government.
One
No,
second,
hang
just
on,
hold the
hang on.
timer.
The same
Are you
Mamata Banerjee
justifying,
government.
one second, because the victim, A, could be in trauma, could not identify the perpetrators of the crime, are you justifying the statement on national television? Because I take personal affront to it, sir.
Because the circumstances were such that people were doubting, not just the politicians, even the police officers were doubting whether the case was genuine or not. Please remember that. The fact remains that the same police, same Mamata Banerjee's police seen the case for a logical conclusion. In Kamdini rape cases also, the same Mamata Banerjee's police, I know, had seen the case to the logical conclusion. What is your CBI doing? What have you done for other cases? Nothing. You talk about Binit Goyal, it is Mr. Binit Goyal under whose investigation the same Kolkata police has given them the justice, not CBI. CBI is still looking for justice in these particular cases. So please, and even in case of law college cases, it is the same Kolkata police, despite the political, the identity of the perpetrators, they are still languishing in jail. Please do not lecture us on crime against women. Please look within. What have you done? You are rewarding the people like Brij Bhushan and others. We have removed him, but his son is an MP right now. So please, for God's sake, do not politicize rape. Rape is actually, I think, the result of a deeply nauseating patriarchal mindset. And this is happening everywhere.
Okay, sir, your time is up. I thank all three of our panelists for joining us. I am appalled that you said what you did, because of what the victim then, maybe in trauma, could not identify the perpetrators of the crime. And you actually said that is why the statement came out. This is exactly the mindset that we were speaking of right on the show, sir. We're going to let it rest for now. Thank you, our panelists, for joining us.